Good afternoon. Justin Gibbs here with the team at the National Weather Service at Paducah. Busy Friday, Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. We've got you a flood watch. Um, Significant, potentially dangerous flood situation. Basically, this is the type of flood situation we've all had. Oh, there's a little bit of water here and there. We're worried this could be more like there's lots of water where it should not be. We're talking about highways kind of roadways being closed that are not normally closed, travel very difficult on Saturday night. We're expecting the forecast has between 2.5 inches to 6 inches of rain forecast tomorrow night, starting about breakfast time. The rainfall will persist pretty much all day, and then we're going to get another round of thunderstorms, is what we expect, somewhere over western Kentucky or over the Green Watch area that will lead to a dangerous flash flood situation developing. We're talking significant flash flooding where water's covering roadways, covering washing out roadways, getting into homes and businesses that are anywhere close to sources of water and places like that. So be prepared for that tonight, or prepare tonight for that to start tomorrow morning and then persist through about 5 or 6 p.m. tomorrow night. We've got a high risk from our friends at the Weather Prediction Center in College Park. The last time we had a high risk for flash flooding was 2018. So pretty rare here. So it's to say we haven't had a couple of pretty significant flash floods since then, but this is the first one that we've been able to see coming that has been consistent. We've been watching it all week this week. It's as certain, as anything in the weather business can be. We've got as much certainty there uh, as we can have. So here's again a forecast, and again this could shift a little bit, but 4 to 6 inches the forecast: Paducah, Murray, Hopkinsville, Madisonville, Owensboro, and then Evansville, Marion, and Cape Girardeau decreases to about 2.5 to 3 inches, which is still a significant rain. But if we get 2 or 3 inches of rain, and then we get thunderstorms producing 2 or 3 more inches of rain, that's going to cause serious problems. The rivers are also going to rise. We're talking about potential moderate flooding on the Green River, and then minor flooding in the Ohio River um, throughout that area in western Kentucky. To give you an idea, Paradise, Kentucky, we're expecting to go to moderate on the green. Skip forward here to the severe weather risk that we have tomorrow as well. This is from about 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., damaging wind gusts and possibly a tornado or two. As you can see, that yellow slight risk just barely clips up against parts of western Kentucky, and that's pretty much the way we feel about the risk, that there's just a chance that we will be unstable enough. The shear is going to be very strong. And so, if it is, then we will have the potential for tornadoes, and we'll be watching for that tomorrow. That will mainly be along and south of Interstate 69 in western Kentucky, more or less, south of Paducah, and Madisonville is our main threat zone there. And after that, it's going to get very cold, uh, much colder than normal. We're cold today. We're a little bit below normal, but Sunday we're going to be high 33, Monday high 30, 27 for highs. We're going to have basically 4 or 5 days below freezing, which is unusual for this area. Wind chills are going to dip into the -4, -5 degree range Wednesday and stay that way. So it's unusual to have 4 or 5, 120 to 160 hours below freezing. That's what we're expecting. And it's pretty high confidence. This is another one of those polar air masses that came over from Siberia. Lows are going to be 10 to 15 degrees. That'll start on Sunday. Basically, the cold front that's coming through that's producing our flooding rain event is going to produce this dangerously cold weather. So be prepared for that. And then a lot of questions about snow. There is definitely potential for snow Tuesday through Wednesday night. This is our probability of at least 1 inch of snow Tuesday through Wednesday night. You can see 76% at Carbondale, 79 at Poplar Bluff, 64% at Murray, and then decreasing slightly into the 60% over Madisonville, Owensboro, and Evansville. So 55 to 80% chance of at least an inch of snow, which would be accumulating snow. And the forecast that we have out right now has 3 or 4 inches of snow possibly in southeast Missouri and southern Illinois. But that is a very long time in terms of snowfall amount prediction. Basically, what we can tell you with reliability right now is that it will very likely will snow. Probably will be enough that it will stick, especially since it's very cold. And I would not bet against enough snow to be disruptive to travel, which is about 2 inches or more, and maybe up to 4 or 5 inches of snow. And we'll just be watching that as the weekend progresses. We'll get new data. That picture will develop a little bit better, and we'll start to give you an idea. But it looks somewhat similar to the snow we had last month, where we ended up with 4 or 5 inches of snow across the whole area. It's not quite as strong storm system wise as that storm, but we get that very cold air. So it's definitely possible that we will see that much snow before it's all said and done. We do also have a little bit of a risk of snow wrapping around tomorrow. This is the Quad State region. This is some precipitation on the backside of this current storm system that could convert over to snow. So we need to be alert for that possibility of, especially on bridges and overpasses tomorrow night. Be alert to the possibility that we could get a little bit of flash freezing on those wet roads, because the temperature is going to go like 33, 32, 26, 23. It's going to get very cold very quickly. And a reminder here to stay clear of flooded roadways. Most deaths in floods occur when driving. Now this is not to say that we won't end up with a situation where we get water into buildings in a few places. It's definitely possible. But the main thing that is a risk for everyone is traveling tomorrow. Don't drive around barricades. If the roads are barricaded, they're barricaded for a reason. Don't attempt to judge the water depth and drive through, because there could be a culvert underneath it that you can't see that has washed away the road bed. We had some fatalities not too long ago east of here with that type of situation where they said, oh, the road is there. This is only a couple inches deep. But then the road actually wasn't there. It was gone. The culvert had washed it out and it carried their vehicle away. It's very easy to get into flood waters, especially at night. Very hard to see. And just a few inches of moving water will sweep your entire vehicle off the road and then downstream. And even less water will stall your vehicle out to the point that you have to have somebody come help you. You've got to call the fire department out and get you rescued, and you've ruined your vehicle. So it's never worth it to try to make it across flood waters, because the best case scenario is you're going to ruin your car. The worst case scenario is you're going to put yourself in a life-threatening situation. And so even if the water again appears calm, be alert for that. Don't get yourself into trouble tomorrow night. Kind of plan to be, our recommendation would be kind of plan to get where you're going to be before the flooding starts on Saturday, and don't plan any big cross-country trips Saturday night if you can help it. We've all got things that we have to do and stuff like that. But be aware and be alert, and then be prepared for the extreme cold next week. Think about your heating sources, your alternative heating sources, how you're going to work through that. Hopefully, we won't get too big a winter storm, but we don't have any ice. That's the good news, because I think we have basically every hazard possible except locusts over the course of the next 7 days. We get just a little bit of risk of everything. So no ice, though. So I think we'll all take that. This is just one more model showing some of our precipitation amounts, and that's got a little swath in there along the Purchase Parkway region of 5 to 7 inches of snow. So we'll need to be alert for that. Continue to pay attention. We'll be providing updates as the day progresses, and we're going to have a new packet coming here shortly that'll go out on Facebook, and we'll be doing all these updates and the typical stuff that we do. We're staffed up. We're going to have several people here tomorrow to work through the event. So be careful out there, and have a great day, and happy Valentine's Day, everybody.